It's the rivalry known as the third Saturday in October, but like last year, this year it will be played on the fourth Saturday in October. To preview this weekend's homecoming matchup, I'm joined by former Alabama and NFL quarterback John Parker Wilson. JP, it's good to see you again.
Yeah, great to see you this week, especially better than last week after the loss to A&M. So looking forward to this matchup coming up on Saturday against Tennessee.
Well, first of all, JP, let's quickly talk about the Tide's performance last weekend in Starkville. We wanted to see how the Tide would respond after their first loss in 20 games, and they made quite a statement against the Bulldogs with a 49-9 win.
Yeah, huge rebound for Alabama and Coach Saban's team. I mean, I think the leaders really stepped up after the loss. You heard it all week in the media, and they really showed up. I think it tells you a lot about our team and where we're at to be able to rebound like that after a tough road loss. And then you got to go on the road again to Starkville, which is a tough environment to play. So I think our guys handled it extremely well.
Alabama has won 14 straight over Tennessee, and the Tide have won the last 5 matchups by an average score of 47-13. It's amazing to see what Alabama has been able to do against one of their biggest rivals.
Yeah, huge production from Alabama. 14 wins in a row against anybody is pretty unbelievable. And then you throw in one of your biggest rivals is pretty special. So got to keep this going against Tennessee this week. They can put up a ton of points. So it's really up to both sides of the ball to be able to keep pace with what Tennessee can do.
Alabama leads the SEC and is 4th in the nation in scoring offense at 45 points per game. Tennessee isn't far behind. The Vols are 3rd in the SEC and 11th nationally at over 39 points per game. Now, we don't know the status of starting quarterback Hendon Hooker. He was injured near the end of the Vols matchup against Ole Miss on Saturday. He's day-to-day as of right now, but it's been quite a turnaround offensively for this Tennessee offense under first-year head coach Josh Heupel. The Vols have rushed and passed for over 200 yards and 4 of their last 5 games. John Parker, what differences have you seen from last year to this year in that Tennessee offense?
To me, it's been Hendon Hooker. I mean, this guy can throw it. He can hurt you with his feet also. It's become a very dynamic, balanced offense with him back at quarterback. They're putting up tremendous points, and I think their ability to run the ball really stresses a lot of defenses. So they've done a good job of controlling the line of scrimmage, and kind of like a couple of weeks ago against A&M, they're going to be able to run the ball and throw the ball. So it's going to be a big task for our defense on Saturday.
Alabama leads the SEC in turnover margin at +7. The Tide defense had a great showing against Ole Miss. Not so good against Texas A&M, but the Tide D bounced back and totally shut down the air raid offense of Mike Leach and Mississippi State. Do you think the Alabama defense will be able to keep that going again this week against another high-scoring offense?
Well, it definitely helps when you get 4 sacks out of Will Anderson. That's going to be a spark for any defense. But I think we're playing good. I think Jordan Battle, a couple interceptions this past week, and really kind of getting back to the mindset of being ball hawks, going and getting the ball, and it really starts with pressure up front. So we got to keep that going. That was a big factor to our success. But I think we got some confidence on defense. I think after kind of getting hit in the mouth against A&M, able to come back, and then now Mike Leach, 2 years at Mississippi State, has yet to score a touchdown against Alabama's defense. Shut them out last year. This week, only 3 field goals. So they've got some momentum going in this game. That's what it's all about. Look, last year our defense, we saw them kind of struggle at the beginning of the season and then get it going about halfway through. I'm thinking we're kind of seeing that same thing that happened last year unfolding before our eyes.
Now, the Alabama defense is playing pretty well right now. The Tide offense is as well. We talked earlier about how the Alabama offense under Bill O'Brien is leading the SEC and is 4th in the nation in scoring. Alabama seems to be getting to a rhythm running the ball, and there have been a lot more explosive plays on offense as of late. How do you see the Alabama offense matching up against the Tennessee defense?
Pretty good. I think with what Brian Robinson is doing right now, running the ball, it's pretty special. I mean, he has come on so strong the past few games and really been a huge catalyst for our offense. Then you've seen Jamison Williams really stand out as a big-time playmaker, not only catching the ball, but also in special teams. And then last week, John Mechie really stepped up and had some big numbers. So now we've got 3 playmakers that really is going to stress the defense. And we saw that a lot last year, of being balanced, of being able to run the ball, then throw play actions, explosives. But when you get receivers having yards after catch like Williams is able to do right now, it makes it a lot easier on the quarterback. So these playmakers are emerging. Bill O'Brien's finding different ways to get the ball. That's what it's all about on offense.
Well, I'm looking forward to the homecoming matchup against the Vols on Saturday night. It should be a great atmosphere under the lights in Bryant-Denny, John Parker.
Can't wait. Yep. Let's hope we keep this streak going and get 15 on Saturday.
Kickoff for the Tide's homecoming matchup against the Vols is set for 6 p.m. The game will be televised on ESPN. You can listen to John Parker Wilson, Eli Gold, and the rest of the Crimson Tide Sports Network crew online and on the radio beginning at 3 o'clock. Reporting from the Crimson Tide Production Studio inside Bryant-Denny Stadium, I'm Christopher England with Tide TV.